Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Demon Prince Powie, and we've got another exciting video for you today. Today's video is how to start a Chaos Demons army. So let's take a look. Why are we going to collect these Chaos Demons? We've got a few points written down. They're easy to play. The models look great. They're also easy to paint. There's 4 different play styles, which I'll touch on briefly. And they also have a thing called Demonic Alliance. Now, when I first started, I dabbled in Drukhari and then I dabbled in Space Marines, but nothing really found my fit for my playstyle until I came across Demons, and they were not very good at the time. This was just at the beginning of 9th, so they had an 8th edition codex at the time, and they weren't really that good. But I played better with them than actually up-to-date stuff because they just fitted me. They just fitted my playstyle and what I wanted, and I love the look of the models. So again, easy to paint. I've shown, I think, a few things on the channel what I painted. You'll see one on the Planet 40k channel where we have a Khorne versus Destroyer battle report. You'll see some of my painted models on there, and then other things like that. The 4 different play styles, that refers to the 4 types of gods we have, which are Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, and Nurgle. So lots of diversity, and you can even group them together as one undivided option for when you play a game. Demonic Allegiance is in the Chaos Demons Index, and that refers to, say, for example, you're playing Thousand Suns in a 2,000 point game. 750 points of that army can be just Tzeentch Demons. It can't be Khorne Demons or anything like that. Khorne is relied to World Eaters, Nurgle is to Death Guard, and Slaanesh is to Emperor's Children, I believe. Yeah, that sounds about right. And that's what they're used for. So it's an interesting option, and it can soup up with other armies that you may want to get into, may not want to get into. It's just an option, right? Not other armies can do that. So that's kind of nice. So what should you buy? This is purely just a recommendation just to get you started on your Chaos Demon journey. So I would recommend, as always, getting the Combat Patrol box. It's currently £95 on the Games Workshop website, but I suggest maybe looking through other avenues on the internet because you could get it cheaper. So what's in the box? It's a good value for money. Even at £95, it's good value for money. You get 1 Bloodmaster, 20 Bloodletters, 3 Blood Crushers, and 10 Flesh Hounds. That's a very, very good choice to get you started on your road down the demons. Warp fire. I've completely butchered that line, but it's never mind. To start your demon's journey, start with this is what I should say, really. Yeah, not much more to say there. I think it's good value for money. They all are, really. They start collecting in the combat patrols. It's a good way to dip your toe in the 40k universe. Also, I would suggest getting a Bloodthirster. Again, this is around £95, but from the Games Workshop website. But there are other avenues you can look at to get this possibly cheaper. And in the box, there's 3 different build variants you can build. So it's completely up to you what you want to build. You can build it with a great axe, or in the picture there, you can see it with the whip and a standard axe. It's completely up to you. Personally, maybe magnetize the arms so you can chop and change, due to you don't know what's going to be the meta for the current edition, as when the codec drops, we could be using great axes, or we could be using the whip or the blood flail and the axe. It's completely up to you. That is what I would recommend. So with that in mind, we're going to look at a list we can build with those 2 boxes that we're going to get together, which comes to £190 in total. So £190 gets you started for a 1,000 point list. So we'll just go through the list. It's pretty much what's in the box. A Bloodthirster with an enhancement for 340 points. A Bloodmaster for 75 points. 2 units of Bloodletters, maximum, well, they can't go higher than 10, so the min-size units, 140 points apiece. 3 Blood Crushers at 120, and 2 units of Flesh Hounds at 70 points each, and that rounds it up to 955 points. Beautiful little start to getting into your Demon's career. And you're semi-competitive, even though it's mono Khorne. You're semi-competitive. You get a big greater demon in there with the Bloodthirster, and you get all the little other letters and crushers and stuff, which is nice. And you get to take a feel of how the game applies and how they work, because they're a melee army, right? Okay, especially Khorne. They like to get in your face. They want to fight. They want to smash stuff. That's what they want to do. Again, if it doesn't fit your playstyle, you can move over to Nurgle who are more resilient. Zinch, a bit more shooting, a bit more trickery, and Slaanesh, which is just pure speedy Slaanesh. But unfortunately, that's not what we can do, which is actually going to round up to the actual conclusion of this short video. So the conclusion, I would suggest ask for a demo at your local game store. They'll be more than happy to help to show you, run through things, from anything from rules and how the army plays, etc, etc. If you do tend to go down this route and get the combat patrol and a bloodthirster, definitely play a few more games before you buy more. You don't want to overinvest and realise actually this faction isn't for you. It's difficult because 40k is a very expensive hobby. I was told, no, you only spend a few £100 there. I am deep within this 40k universe. What do they call it? Plastic crack addiction, don't they? I'm afraid I have that. I have stuff on the shelf over there. I have another army I could be building up and showcasing at some point on the channel. Not going to tell you what that is, but it is related to Chaos. Just a little hint there, I suppose. But I have other stuff that needs to be built. I have stuff that needs to be painted as well, because there's just so much. There's so much. So if you do like Demons, they are a solid beginner army. They're easy to pilot. They're so easy to pilot, I think. I think that's why I like them. I don't need too much synergy with stuff. I know everyone likes little synergies here and there when you're playing. But from a casual to competitive sense, it's pretty simple. You come up with your game plan. You know what things are doing. You can leave things alone. You don't have to group things up if you don't want to. It's quite a simple army to play, in my opinion. Now, I do have some cons with this army, and that's because of the GW marketing, and that's basically you can only get mono Khorne in the combat patrol. There's no Nurgle, there's no Zinch, and there's no Slaanesh combat patrols, which is what we would want, because you would want to pick one that suits you and go into there, but unfortunately you can't. You'd have to buy them all individually, and that can get pretty pricey. So if you want to commit to Demons, that's why I recommend just playing a few games first. Are they for you? Yes. Then you can branch into the other stuff. You can start getting your Beasts of Nurgle, your Plague Bearers, Great and Clean Ones, your Lord of Changes, your Keeper of Secrets, because there's loads of models that you need to get, and it all racks up being expensive. Each Greater Demon is roughly £90 a piece. And the current meta is a Monster Mash meta, where you're going to need 5 to 6 of these guys at £90 each. That racks up pretty quick, doesn't it? And that racks up pretty quick. But then you need all the little guys as well. So you need to make sure you're certain that you want to play Demons before you commit. I just knew. I just clicked with them. That's why I just went balls to the wall with them. I mean, if you do go balls to the wall, ignore this advice. Buy as much as you can. Get them built. Get them on the table. Get them playing. And you'll have a whale of a time. I think they're such a fun army to play. So yeah, that's my recommendation to getting started with Chaos Demons. Are you going to get involved? Are you going to join the journey of Demons and helping in the warp? Hope to see you soon, and I hope to see you on the battlefield. See you later.